The deplorable conduct of Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, which took place at the ABC studios on the occasion of the taping of the Howard Cosell show on January 23rd, demeaned the sport of boxing to such a degree that the New York State Athletic Commission is impelled to take punitive action. The two aforementioned contestants, after an exchange of recriminations, became involved in a brawl on the floor of the studio, to the amazement of all who witnessed the debacle. Television and the press transmitted the story by word and photographs to millions of viewers and readers. Even if the whole incident was a put-on, as many believe, it was severely damaging to the best interests of boxing and to its well-being and to the public interest. To multitudes of youngsters who look upon the sport as one in which sportsmanship plays a part, the actions of these two leading exponents of boxing made a deplorable impression. Not only that, but in the melee, whether real or feigned, one or both of the men could have been injured, necessitating the cancellation of the fight. People who came from far places at great expense would have been inconvenienced immeasurably. In view of all the circumstances, it is the unanimous decision of the New York State Athletic Commission members that Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier be fined $5,000 each. If there is a recurrence of this type of conduct at the weigh-in on Sunday, another similar fine will be imposed. The New York State Athletic Commission is empowered by mandate to levy fines up to $5,000. The fine has the same effect as a judgment, and the Commission can hold up the price of the fighters until the fine is paid.
That was the Honorable Ed Dooley, chairman of the New York State Athletic Commission, at a press conference held in New York City yesterday morning, announcing the imposition of $5,000 fines against Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier because of a skirmish between the two that took place during the taping of the bulk of today's show at our ABC studios on Wednesday past. Immediately after that announcement, Robert Arum, the attorney for Muhammad Ali, registered heated objections against the imposition of the fine against his client. He said the fines were imposed based upon hearsay evidence only. And indeed, the members of the commission, including Mr. Dooley, admitted that they had not been present at the taping of today's show, and they further added that they had not seen the tape of today's show. I want to make it emphatically clear that upon request by any member of the commission or any representative thereof, ABC Sports would have been happy to have made the tape available for their viewing. Since they did not elect to do so, neither any member of the commission or any representative thereof, we are now able to show you, the viewers, and the members of the New York State Athletic Commission, for the first time, the taping that took place on Wednesday past. It was March 8, 1971, and by anybody's definition, this was a happening. Everybody who was anybody was there, like Sinatra, like Graziano. The celebrities poured in. Don Klosterman, general manager then of the Baltimore Colts, the Super Bowl champions at the time. David Frost and Diane Carroll. They were an item then. Sure, the place was filled with plain people and fighters like Jimmy Ellis and Woody Allen and Diane Keaton. Smiles were over many of the faces. There were handshakes, and of course there were utterly beautiful women. But behind the smiles and behind the handshakes, you could feel the atmosphere so heavy with tension it was almost unbearable. In current sport, there was no event to match it. The first time ever, two unbeaten heavyweight champions to meet. Muhammad Ali entering the ring there with his black Muslim entourage behind him. And the crowd reception overall, very warm. But of course, some of the boos, because so much of the controversy that has followed Ali throughout his career followed him into that ring. As the noise grew, so did the anticipation, because Joe Frazier was yet to arrive. Now he comes, led by the late Yancey Durham, then his manager, and Joe himself, somehow looking smallish because of the absence of height comparable to Ali's. Johnny Addy, the ring announcer at Ring Central, getting ready to introduce the fighters.
Main event, 15 rounds for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing from Louisville, Kentucky, he's wearing red trunks. He weighs 215, undefeated in 31 bouts, scoring 25 knockouts. Here is Muhammad Ali.
So we get ready for the fight of the century, with Frazier about to be introduced.
His opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he's wearing green trunks. He weighs 205 and a half pounds, undefeated in 26 bouts, scoring 23 knockouts, the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
Ali and Frazier are with us today, and for the first time at home, you'll see the fight of the century.
A lot of them want me whipped because of the draft. A lot of them want me whipped because of religion. A lot of them want me whipped because I'm black. And for other reasons that I might not even know about. It's the biggest fight because for the first time you've had a witty, quick, fast-talking heavyweight champ when the most of them asking the question, how do you feel, champ? Die.
That, of course, was Muhammad Ali at his boastful best, promoting a fight that may not really have needed any promotion, but Ali, with that chameleon-type personality of his, with his absolute flair for show business, could never resist building up whatever he was engaged in. And, of course, the two fighters will be joining me momentarily. I'm Howard Cosell, and right now, to lay the scene set, the foundation for the whole show you're about to see today, I'd like to draw the distinction between the two men as types. Having just seen Ali in a typical pose, we want you to see Joe Frazier, the way he really is, and the way he was before that fight. Tense, dedicated, facing the greatest challenge of his life, with a grimness of preparation that, as one looks back at it, seems almost inconceivable. But always, to relax Joe, there is his music, even if it's the gospel. And in watching Joe now, you'll see what I mean.
Is Joe Frazier your cousin?
That's right. He sure lives.
And you think your cousin can whoop me?
Uh-huh.
You really do?
Anybody on my...
Anybody on your what?
Anybody in my family, I think, except me.
Anybody in your family can whoop me?
Yeah, except me.
I'm sorry, Joe Frazier's your cousin. After I whoop Joe Frazier, you still gonna come in here and buy Champ Burgers?
Uh-huh.
If I beat him, you gonna still buy Champ Burgers?
Uh-huh.
All right.
But try not to.
Try not to. Try not to. Joe Frazier ain't gonna give me no trouble.
You think you can whoop it?
Do I think I can whoop Joe Frazier? This might shock and amaze you, but I will retire Joe Frazier.
What a contrast between those two men. What a difference of personalities. What a stark, stark difference of approach.
I'm going to reveal what will happen to Joe Frazier 5 minutes before the fight. Listen to me. And I have another thing to tell you. If Joe Frazier whoops Muhammad Ali, I'm going to get on my hands and my knees in Madison Square Garden, right in the rain, and crawl all the way to his corner, look up to him and say, "You are the greatest You are the true champion of the world. I'm gonna crawl back over to my corner just a little bit. I'm gonna walk on out of the ring. That's what I think about Joe Frazier.
Well, that was almost 3 years ago, Muhammad. And you lost. You never did crawl across that ring.
White people say I lost. And there's some white people. All black people know I won with some sense. Because of my religion, because of my draft police, you say I won. You say I lost. But I know I beat Joe Frazier physically, and more rounds I won. You can't make me and boxing people believe that I lost. This is a racist expression. It's just the less of the two boys, which boy you wanted, and that was the boy you picked.
And that's why you didn't crawl on
So
your knees.
I didn't lose the fight. I know I didn't take no whooping at all. I got hit a couple times, lost a couple rounds, but Joe Frazier took a whooping so bad until Frank Sinatra, Burke Lancaster, and people, Don Dunphy was at ringside commenting on how can that man take such a whooping. So that's a racist expression. You white bigots, or whoever is a bigot, thought I lost. I won the fight. So you don't make me think I lost the fight.
All right, we're going to let the public at home see that fight
Now you're
now
talking.
today
Now you're
for the
talking.
first time. But first, Joe, you've been through this many times. Your retort, if you will, to Muhammad.
Well, the way I feel about the fight, I felt like I won the fight, and I felt it was fair and square. I didn't feel like any white man or any black man was up on my side because any racial thing. I feel like they see the fight that I wanted, so therefore they score it that way. That's what it was. And
One man gave him 11 rounds. And I think when you have 3 judges on something so crucial, and for one to be so off, that's bad right there. It ain't no way in this whole God's planet Earth that a non-fight fan can watch that fight and say Muhammad Ali lost 11 rounds and only won 4. That's outrageous.
All right.
That speaks for itself.
You've laid a very good foundation for the viewers now to see this fight and make their own judgments. And we're going to begin, of course, at the very top. Feel free at any time to make any comment either of you wants. Let's go. You think you're in as good condition now, Muhammad, as you were then?
What you see now was half the condition I'm in now. I'm in double. I'll be doing 210 tonight. I'll meet Joe this time, not 215. And the footwork that you see now, I'll be a little faster. But I was off 4 years, and I couldn't afford to keep this up for 15 rounds. So Joe can take a lot, and he keeps coming. And he was at his best. He was watching the Joe Frazier that would have whooped George Foreman. You're watching the Joe Frazier that would have whooped, stopped Joe Bugner in 2 rounds. You're watching Joe Frazier that would have annihilated Terry Daniels, annihilated Ron Stander. But this fight, as you'll see later, I think took it all out.
Joe Frazier, who whipped him. So all that combined, one time. This guy had all the time in the world to get himself together.
But I was off some 4 years, Howard, and I didn't have the time to go like I wanted to. One thing I like to say, I clown too much in the fight. I admit, I'm not crying about who won the fight makes no difference. In a few nights, you can settle it. But there's nothing to cry about. I didn't protest after the fight. I just made a few comments on I thought I won. But I will say that I'm serious this time. No playing, no clowning. Standing right there like you see now. And this will not this will not happen one time in the next fight. Never will I be cornered in the ropes again. Never will I play again and clown like I did here. And through the fight, I'm doing just too much clowning and talking and clowning and not doing like I should. I learned a great lesson in that fight, and it's good. It's just what I needed. Same with the first Norton fight. I went and got in shape for it and whooped him.
We've got about 35 seconds left in the first round. What was your thinking at this point, Joe?
When he got hit with all those left hooks and body shots, I guess he was clowning, you know, as time go on. I can't see a man out there clowning, he's jabbing, he's He's doing it all his know-how.
You'll see later in the film when
I
he
can
clowns.
see where he's clowning. He clowned when you got hit.
All right, men, we're coming up to the end of the first round. We've got about 10 seconds left. Then, after a commercial break, we'll proceed with the second round. Round two, gentlemen. Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali are with me here in the studio watching the fight just as you are. You'll be hearing their comments. Referee Arthur McCanny gave the first round to Ali, so did Judge Artie Idala, but Judge Bill Reck gave the first round to Frazier. After the first round, Muhammad, as you were back in your corner, you waved with a kind of disdain in Joe's direction. Do you regret doing that now?
Waved.
Well, you went like...
Oh, I don't regret it, but
I
I don't regret it, but I won't do it again. The whole attitude was bad. Attitude means a lot in life, and not the proper attitude. I like to say something that never was publicized or anything. I couldn't get out of Madison Square Garden. I was trapped in the garden all day. I slept on a cot. This time I'll sleep in a private apartment in a nice bed because the weigh-in is the day before the fight and I don't have to worry
Why you couldn't get out?
Without too many people outside. They wouldn't let me out. Too many fans. Still my fans, Joe. Even after you won, they were still my fans. Right. You know that everywhere you go.
Fans.
Everywhere you go, they don't go for that, Joe.
They don't go for what?
You.
That's for you, then.
I know they don't.
That's your belief. That's your belief about life. You know what I mean?
Prisons and
you trying to speak for everybody. You only can speak for yourself,
you
man.
go, the prisons.
That's all you going to speak for.
You catch it in
I've been to
barbershops.
I've been to many prison before.
Wherever you
I
go,
spoke
Joe.
to the guy.
They don't like you, Joe.
All right, man, let's let the viewers watch.
You got too many white fans, Joe, so they don't like you.
This world was made up of a variety of people.
You just got too many white followers. They don't like you for that. They figure you must be a good boy.
Yeah, good boy.
But you're getting a good whooping next
We're going to find out. You better
Getting a good whooping, Joe.
We're going to find out.
I want you, Joe.
I want you bad too, man.
All right, gentlemen, let's look at this fight, and talk about it.
I'm gonna box you, Joe.
Too much talk between you, gentlemen.
I'm gonna dance, Joe.
Dance. And full squares ain't big enough for you.
Well, Joe, you've been in good shape. You might get...
They ain't big enough for you to dance. Out of my reach.
So do better than you did with them other fours you've been fighting lately.
I want to remind both of you guys that the viewers have never seen this fight.
Well, they look at them. Look at it. They look at it. They see what's happening to him out there. Yeah.
We've got about 10 seconds left in the round. And of course, we'll be coming up with round three after a commercial break. The bell for round three in what was called the fight, and called by some the fight of the century. Ali against Frazier. Ali in the red trunks with the tassels, Frazier in the white trunks. At the end of 2 rounds, referee Arthur McCanny had scored it 2-0 for Ali. So did Judge Artie Idala. Judge Bill Reck scored it 1 round apiece. Now in the 3rd round, with the action underway, Frazier appears to be taking a more aggressive role than he had in the prior 2 rounds. Fighters, of course, are with me in the studio to lend their comments. And a reminder, gentlemen, viewers at home are seeing this fight for the first time. So if you will, I wish you'd concentrate on this fight and forego the badinage that has existed between you in the prior 2 rounds.
Howard, I think this is the biggest and the greatest sport event that you will ever have on your show. You'll never have another this good. How many football games you show, how many car races, ice hockey, whatever you do, you'll never have another event this great.
I'll admit that it was a classic night.
I'm not saying what you admit. I said, you'll never have another show this great on your show.
Joe, he did land the left an awful lot. What was your thinking at this point?
The main thing about it is to stay on him and watch what I'm doing. And he got some pretty good shots in the early rounds, you know, because I probably was putting too much pressure on him at that time and really wasn't really watching out what I was doing. But I feel like coming Monday night, there'll be a different kind of pressure because I've been really working on that.
I have to say,
I really hope that they'll try to keep him up off the back a little more. See, he's gonna dance. I don't see how he's gonna be dancing. It's all on the man's back. Got caught with a left hook back.
Yeah, you caught him with a good left hook, man. I think we'll slow-mo that at the end of this round. Take another look at it and let Ali explain.
I say this. If Joe's in much better shape than he was that night, I am in trouble. If he's much better or any better.
All right, let's look at this in slow-mo, the round having ended, Muhammad.
If he gets that good again, I'm in trouble.
How come your right was down and that left got in so
I don't know.
He can't carry hands no higher than that. The only time he really can carry his hand high is when he pins on the rope. He can't carry his hand high out in the middle of the ring. If you watch him, he can't do it.
We got a lot of faults, Joe. You can't back up either.
I'm not planning on backing up.
All I got to do is push you.
Well, that was the replay of the action at the end of round 3. And we'll be back with round 4, gentlemen, in just one moment. Round 4, the first Ali-Frazier fight.
I want to say something, Howard, in Joe's favor, something I've never said in the public before. Promoting the fights, you know I'm a good promoter and I do a lot of acting. And I try to back up what I say, but I put emphasis on a lot of things I say. I don't really mean them that way. But the man is great. The man took everything that I threw, and I just can't see how he took it. But the man, he kept coming, and he hit really hard. And if he's in much better shape than this, I'm in for some night. I'll tell you this on there. If Joe Frazier comes in, he's got to be in better shape than this. If he's better than not the same way, because I'm in much better shape than I was that night. But if I've had 132 rounds of fighting since then, I'll be down to about 210, 5 pounds light. I'll be moving.
All right, that's the other fight again. But you were in pretty good shape for this fight.
Pretty good shape. Pretty good. My legs wasn't, Howard. I really was.
You're on your toes there, Muhammad.
No, after about you'll see later in the fight, I don't hardly move at all. Because 15 rounds is a lot of fighting for lightweights, Howard. And this fight will go down in history as the greatest heavyweight title fight in the history of all fighting. And you can get films of any other fight. You'll never see this many punches thrown and landed in no heavyweight fight in the history of boxing. Now, that speed or that pace. But,
Joe, he just connected with a combination there against your head. Your eyes were already at that point beginning to puff. Were you a concern?
I would say it's probably much earlier for puffing, and I don't really like puff easy, but I didn't think I was in trouble at all. I feel like in this fight I was more concentrating and staying close to him, you know what I mean, and work. But I don't have to worry about that now. I know I can stay close to him. I know I can cut him off, you know. I just have to watch the shots I land and make sure that they land on target at the right time. That's the important thing.
Although this was only the 4th round, did you already feel secure that you can handle it?
Well, there was no problem at all, because every time I go back to my corner, I would ask Yancy and Eddie how things going and what to do, and we would work it out as round go around.
Ali against Frazier, March 8th, 1971. Fifth round, as you've heard. The scoring at this point, Arthur McCanny has it 2-2. So does Judge Artie Idala. Judge Bill Recht has it 3-1 Frazier. Muhammad, how do you feel your scoring at this point?
One thing, you can't hardly see the punches and you can't feel them, but see, he just caught me 2 body punches, but if you just look at it, it looks like 2 natural moves. With a lot of jabs I'm throwing, you can't really tell they're connected. See?
You count the one that missed? Show that one too.
Some black film producer named Bill Greaves, he took the movie. I think they counted me hitting Joe.
They must be some of your people.
I hit Joe 900.
Some of your boys.
I hit Joe 900.
That's probably what I got on that radio the other day.
Sometimes.
That Tom called him and he was talking about how much of
I know one
this
thing.
guy,
all of you people watching this show, look at Joe Frazier's head now.
but
Watch him real good.
which one you talking about?
Because after
What did you say there, Joe? What was that?
He didn't have nothing.
That's what you told him?
He ain't got no punch.
Joe, like everybody else out in fought, it won't be no more Joe Frazier after his next fight.
That's the way I feel about you.
All right, we'll see.
Same old way.
We'll see. No hard feelings after the fight.
No,
We just do our best and that's it.
right on.
But I
You
want
know what I'm so glad about?
you be going after
I'm
this.
so glad about we got the same God. You know that?
Same what?
Same God.
Same God.
Yeah. We serve the same man.
I don't know who you serve.
Who you serve?
We talking about the fight now. All these punches, like 10 of them just landed.
This is the 5th round. Up to this point, how many rounds do you think you won, Muhammad?
Everyone.
Every one. What do you think you won in the first 5 rounds?
I would say 3 of them. See, the main thing about it, I hate to call out a lot of things like in this fight because he'd be really looking for it.
What I will say,
His
I like
arms too heavy for one thing. When he throw them jabs a lot, he can't keep them up. That's the problem.
what I say, Joe, Howard, is this. The fight was a good fight. It's a debate over who won. That's what makes the second fight a good fight. Some say Joe won, some say I won. So this makes it good.
We're coming up to the end of the round. Now watch this. Now, Joe, what was that move on your part?
What are you agitating about? You always agitate.
The same thing what he was trying to tell me.
What
We
did
both
you say?
clowned. We both clowned.
That's what you said, Jim?
We both clowned, but I clowned
Go
the
to-
most and it was wrong.
That's
So
what it
I
is.
I don't think he's going to clown no more neither, nor am I. We both lost too much.
All right. We'll expect gentlemanly behavior. Let's begin here with round 6. Well, you said you couldn't keep on your toes in the later rounds, Muhammad. Analyze yourself here.
Well, I imagine I could have, but I didn't want to. I was too tired.
Have you begun to tire here?
Well, right now I'm not doing no dancing, Howard. Stand on the ropes and just stand right there waiting for hooks. That's bad. I should be moving.
As a reset for our viewers, we're in the 6th round of the fight of the century, March 8, 1971. Frazier against Ali for the heavyweight championship of the world. You're seeing it for the first time
I
ever
shouldn't have been doing
on
that.
home
What you're
television.
watching right now, that's bad. Just holding my hand out like that. Gestures like that's bad.
You thought what was best.
As you can readily detect, the 2 fighters are with us here in the studio watching the bout along with you.
You know, I really enjoyed it. I thought I wasn't gonna like it.
Why do you say that?
He thought he would feel what happened.
No, it really would give me a lot of inspiration. I feel good. I was off today, and matter of fact, that just helped me get keyed up better. Really good.
All I have to say, Joe, if you come to the ring Monday night
I'll be there.
looking like this, I'm not
be
like
there.
that. You gotta look better than that.
I'll be there.
You gotta be better than this to meet the Muhammad Ali man. Got to be much better than that. 'Cause I was whooping you there and I wasn't dancing.
Well, we're in round 6, as I said, Muhammad. And do you feel you're fighting as effectively in this round as you did in the prior ones?
Well,
Won't you admit there's a fall-off here?
I don't know, Howard. You've never boxed and you don't have no muscles or nothing. How do you know about this? You know so much about boxing. You know so much about football. You're just a genius. Never had no physical contact with nothing in your life.
Well, what is this business against the ropes?
No.
Was that clowning or was it fatigue?
Clowning? I'm not that fatigued yet.
Slow down. He was
Clown.
slowed down by them body shots.
I hope you think so, Joe.
Body shots slowed him down.
And see, he's playing, just touching it like that. That's just clowning. That's bad.
What else you
I
can
learned
do?
my lesson, Howard. I
What else
think
you can do
everybody
when the
watching
body-
this show,
when the- once the-
all young men watching this show, whether you be football players, basketball players, boxers,
Let's talk about the
when you
fight.
make a
Forget
mistake,
about talk about it.
when you make a mistake, try to
dragging the young man.
Gentlemen, the round
We're
is
looking
about
the
to
fight.
end.
That's what you're talking about your condition and why you slow down. Let's face it. You see, you try to brush that stuff over on somebody
it's
else, man. You try to
embarrassing.
put that weight on everybody else besides yourself.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Roy.
Okay. We'll be back with round 7 in a moment. Most of these ABC stations.
Sharp suits got on them.
Pretty good.
How old is it?
About a year. About a year. I heard I was going to be on TV with this attorney, said to dress like a lawyer.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought it was a sports thing. I would come relaxing. I think that
You look
be a
good, Joe.
relaxing thing, you know.
You don't explain why you dress like you are.
Well,
You
that's
look
what,
good.
you know, I'm a dresser.
You look
better
good,
believe it.
Joe. You
I feel
sure.
good, too. That's where I feel like I should dress for this kind of show, sportswear, you know.
Round 7. Heard the bell. Frazier against Ali. 2 fighters with us here in the studio as you're watching the fight for the first time ever on home television. Arthur McCanny, of course, was the referee, who did have you ahead going into the 11th round, by the way. Mohammed.
Well, this fight just been 12. Maybe I win this one because I won't have the extra 3.
Joe, at this point, what was your feeling? You recollect?
Well, for sure, I'd say I would think I was a little tired, driving hard at him, you know, pushing real hard. I would say I really was forcing the fight, throwing a lot of punches. He was holding and leaning on me and doing all these things. I had to get away from it. I had to work twice as hard as him in the whole entire fight. That's what he's doing. I had to snatch away. He put his weight all over me, you know, things like that. I feel like I'm hoping that this won't happen again. I don't think it would anyway, because he said he's gonna dance.
Dance all night long. Howard, what were you thinking at this moment?
Watching you, I was beginning to wonder if you were at that time showing signs of fatigue. You had been away 3.5 years. I was impressed with your fighting in the early rounds. And as we get to the 9th and 10th rounds, I thought you had very good rounds. But this is the 7th round. And I thought Joe was coming on.
Here he is. Keep watching, see?
But see, the confidence about it, Howard, I felt like I was coming on when the bell rang in the first beginning. That's why I keep coming, because I thought I was really doing good. There's no discouraging my heart at all in the whole entire fight that he was ahead. His uppercut missing, his right hand, his jab.
But he was getting you to the head, Joe.
Some of the shots land, of course. What about those shots? Body, head.
What was that you just said?
Clowning, doing things I shouldn't have done. I got just what I needed. Losing the decision is just what I needed. I had no business. I'm too great of a fighter to be playing and clapping and talking and holding
after all
on.
that saying
I
you
shouldn't
raised
be
about
got
it.
too many people out there pulling for me. I let them all down. All I say is that I won't clown this time, and I will make up for everything that you see wrong here.
And they ain't gonna come in there and give you no hand.
Well, we'll see.
That's for sure.
You're in the corner there,
We'll
and
see.
Joe is pummeling away as the round comes
That's the
just
best.
about to its end.
That's a good Joe Frazier. You can't do no more than he's doing. That's the good Joe Frazier you watching. He ain't like that no more.
Okay. That was the end of round 7, gentlemen, and we'll be back again in just a moment.
You can't do that no
We're
more.
gonna
Joe.
buy him a ticket out of the country.
Oh boy.
Round 8 is about to begin, and the crowd is chanting for Muhammad Ali. Now, you had to be aware of this, Joe. I wonder what effect it had on you.
I feel like the people was just laughing, enjoying themselves. They really was enjoying the whipping I was putting on them. So they would just cheer about it and watch him up there talking about, yeah, right on, right on, right on. And this nigga was getting whooped to death. I mean, Trigger.
Oh, a couple of good lefts, Muhammad. 3 is made.
Yeah. Why you were telling me that? No, you keep watching. I wish we could get you in the ring, Howard Cosell, me and Joe Frazier, and give you a good whooping.
I'd dance around the two of y'all.
Me and Joe Frazier should unite just to get you. After we fight, we'll be back brothers, but we should get together to whoop you.
This is round 8, and there you are, Muhammad, dead against the ropes, no effort to get out.
Yeah, just
Oh,
like that.
what is this? You're telling me this is clowning, or is it fatigue, or is it an effort to get Joe to punch
Clowning.
himself out?
You
What?
see me hitting him with 99 light punches, and I should have been punching her for real, playing with him. Fatigue. I'm not so fatigued I can't move. See that? See them punches? I was touching his face with it, showing how easy I can hit him, clowning. That's clowning. He's just hooking and throwing everything. So I shouldn't do that. Next time I get off the rope, keep him after me, keep him boxing.
All them TNT is falling directly in target.
But we got to get Howard Cosell next time. We got to unite as brothers to get this. We can't let this white man get us to arguing all the time. We got to get him. We can't fall for that in this late day.
Come on back, I'll be there. Yep, I'm right at it.
What is that? What was that, Muhammad?
I'm talking about this man dividing us, and you talking about me saying, come on
I'm
back.
talking about this fight. What was that business?
Told you I was clowning. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of the show I made a lot of mistakes in the fight? This fight it was wrong. I got my lesson. Didn't I tell you that at first?
Hey, this is big fun. Get on back in there, Joe.
Joe's a good man.
You can call me boy all the time.
I said, Roy.
Get up in there. Step to the left. Come on. Get the hand out the way.
I tell you something else, Howard. Ain't it strange that this fight is watched by probably 50 times more people than Joe's title fight with George Foreman?
You talking about this fight, right?
Yep. We've only got about 10 seconds left in this, the 8th round. After 8 rounds, referee McCanny had it 4 rounds apiece. The 2 judges had it 6 rounds to 2 in favor of Joe Frazier. Thus, at this point, a sharp division of opinion. Round 9 coming up.
Round 9.
During the first 8 rounds in the early going, as you have seen, Muhammad used the left effectively. Joe seemed to be coming on from the 4th on. Joe felt he won 3 of the first 5 rounds, and Muhammad said he won all of the first 5 rounds.
What do you say, Cosell?
At this moment, I'd like you to concentrate, and Joe, on what you're seeing now, and make your points to the fans about these 9th and 10th
I
rounds.
think the fans would like to know how, up until this point, who do you think won?
I thought after the 10th round, as I said earlier, you were ahead. Then I thought Joe took over the fight.
Joe don't agree with you, Howard. What do you say about that, Joe?
I'm the quiet type. Let's get the job done, that's all.
Howard, Joe don't agree with you. What do you say, Howard?
He's entitled.
Let me do some agitating for change.
Now, I want you to watch this round, the next round, closely, Joe, and tell me what you felt was happening here, because I thought these were good rounds for Ali.
Well, I felt like he was still missing a lot of shots. You know, I was making him miss a lot. And when a man misses a lot of shots, it takes a lot out of him.
I want to say one thing before I come up.
His jab wasn't landing on target. He missed an awful lot of good shots. And that's what really would wore him down, seeing that.
That's something I'm going to say to you, Howard. Later on, I know you're going to play up the knockdown, and I was stunned, I think, in the 11th. I want to say that the science and the greatness about what you see, even in this, in the punishment I was taking, Sugar Ray Robinson got knocked down, Max Schmeling, Joe Louis, Jersey Joe, Walcott, Ezra Charles, all of them got tagged. I just got tagged there. But what happens is, can you recuperate? Can you keep him from stopping you? We're going to get hurt. It's the game. So I don't think it's a sin that I got knocked down. I'm not saying that I'm getting hit now. But the thing is, can you recuperate? Are you finished? Some fighters, as soon as you tag them, it's all over. When Joe fought George Foreman, he kept coming back into the punches. If he had moved and tied him up, I think he would have lasted longer. Floyd Patterson gets up and walks back into punches. See, so you notice how I retreat. Notice the science and how I get away from this pressure. I want you to notice that.
This is when I thought he was getting to you, Joe.
You mean you just now see me get
very good shots. He landed some good shots.
You had to wait to see this.
And on target. We're approaching the end of round 9. We've got only 5 seconds left.
I think a couple of shots that stunned me.
Just a couple. Wasn't but a couple the whole fight. Just a couple.
Well, that was the 9th round. And coming up, Joe, Muhammad, is the 10th round. We'll be back in just a moment. The start of round 10.
Round 10.
Frazier against Ali.
1 billion watchers waiting for this fight. I think we deserve a hand. We've done a lot of work to accumulate 1 billion, which is bigger than the Super Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Kentucky Derby, the Indianapolis 500.
All right, but let's get
and the
back to
World Series. Them two men you watching right there beats everything America ever produced. Two black brothers.
All right, what was your feeling at this point in the
Get
fight,
on off of that
Muhammad?
mess. I'm talking about something now. I said them two black men right there can command more world attention than everything America can produce. Now, let me finish talking.
I want you to get back to the fight and
Whole
tell me what
planet
your
Earth.
feeling was at this point.
How am I going to remember? I was tired.
You were tired.
My hips were sore. He hit me not below my belt, but not on the side, the right line here. He hit me right here all night. My legs were sore. The referee didn't say nothing. I got hit 90,000 times.
That's when he went in the hospital now.
Don't, please, Joe, don't talk about no hospital. You know you're wrong bringing up a hospital. I ain't gonna say nothing about no hospital.
We don't want to mention.
I went to hospital for 10 minutes. You went for a month. Now be quiet.
I was resting.
Yeah, you went to hospital arrest.
In and out.
That's embarrassing. Don't nobody go to hospital arrest. And why did you bring? I wasn't gonna bring up the hospital. That shows you how dumb you are.
People don't go in
That shows how dumb you are.
How come people?
He brought up the hospital.
Who don't go
What's this? What was happening there, Joe?
I go to hospital for 10
Motion
minutes.
to Arthur
check.
McCann.
He go for a
McCann
month.
coming
Why did he
over.
bring
What
that
was
up?
happening?
I really don't know.
He didn't have to
I'm
tell
trying to listen to this cat saying about something.
He gonna bring up the hospital.
What
The man
difference?
is. Why'd you bring
Why
up the
you
hospital?
figure I'm ignorant?
I went to the hospital for 10 minutes.
Why you figure I'm ignorant?
I went to the hospital for 10 minutes.
Why you think I'm ignorant?
Man, you know, you sat down. Sit down, man. Sit down, Joe.
Why you think I'm ignorant?
Sit down, Joe.
Huh?
Sit down
Why
quick.
you think I'm ignorant?
So the brothers are
You
here.
doing this too?
No.
Sit down quick, Joe.
Well, we're having a scene, as you can see, and it's hard to tell whether it's clowning or for real between the two fighters. This kind of thing has been going on all along in terms of promotion of the fight, and this time it seems to be for real, because Joe Frazier is really angry. Muhammad called him ignorant, and he's really angry. I don't think this one is clowning at all. It's a bad and an ugly scene, and it's unfortunate, I think, that it's happened in the middle of showing a classic fight between two extraordinary athletes. I think that Ali is probably clowning, but there is no question question in my mind that Joe Frazier is not clowning. They threw off their respective earpieces, microphones. Joe Frazier's watch came off. There was a wrestling bout on the floor, and we're really very sorry this happened. And there's no question about it. Joe Frazier is leaving the studio now, and he is deeply upset at Ali calling him ignorant. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. We're going to try and get this back, and we'll be back in just one moment.
Monday night, you be on time.
As you can see, one chair is now empty. Muhammad Ali is sitting next to me where Joe Frazier had been sitting, and Joe has left the studio in what was open anger. Real anger, and there's no sense in disguising the fact.
I would say there was anger on his part, Howard. I'm not angry and still not angry. That's why I'm still here.
All right.
But a man shouldn't be that savage and illiterate to just jump up and stand over me and ball his fists up and as if though he's going to swing at me. I didn't know what he was going to do. I had to jump up to defend myself. But I'm not still angry at him. I don't think two black men should be on the television fussing and fighting and acting like savages. This man is, he speaks ignorant at times. He said, I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital to have my swollen jaw checked to make sure nothing had happened for 10 minutes. And I wasn't going to bring up him going to the hospital because it's true. He was so hurt, he went to the hospital for 1 month. And I don't think it would be a man for me to bring up you went to the hospital because it's not my intention to hurt nobody. But so this is why I said he's an ignorant man to show you how much he thinks. If I went to the hospital 1 month and he went for 10 minutes, I wouldn't say he went to the hospital because he might say I went to the hospital.
All right, you've had your say now. I want to recapture the situation for you viewers. We were showing round 10 when suddenly this difficult situation arose. Joe is not here. Muhammad, as I have noted, has just had his say. I am going to try and serve as devil's advocate to represent Joe here now because he's not here.
You have to be the devil
and
to represent Joe. You have to be the devil.
I never mind the wisecracks, Muhammad.
That's true.
We're going to show round 10 again. We're going to concentrate on this fight.
Devil,
and
so then you act the devil.
Let's limit our attention to this fight, and let's be absolutely fair in the absence of Joe Frazier. He's entitled to that regardless of your opinion, and I'm going to do my best to see that he's protected. This is round 10. Now let's talk about the fight. In fact, round 10 may have been your best round in this fight, if you remember it.
Well, that's what you say. You have your opinion. That's why this is a race fight. All those two black men is a race fight. Whites got their opinion and blacks got their opinion. So you pick who you want. On Monday night will settle all this mess. One Monday night, this will be all over.
What was Frazier saying to McCanny then?
I'm not even thinking about what he was saying. How can I remember what he was saying? I think a man's ignorant to jump up on a television show, unrehearsed, unannounced, and pull his mic off. You can defend him all you want. He had no right to jump up and tear the mic off of him and pull the earphone out and stand over me, a man of my caliber and ranking, with his bluffing me like I'm going to sit there and be frightened. He made the first move, and I'm taught to defend myself when attacked. And a man that ignorant might do anything.
All right, right there, again, there was a complaint from Joe to Arthur McCann. You recollect what that was?
No, I don't. I said a man that ignorant jumping up my face on nationwide TV
He jumped up
might
because
do
you
anything.
called him ignorant. He felt affronted by it. He didn't want to be embarrassed or humiliated by you. That's his side.
Well, he was embarrassed.
And the public will have
Himself.
seen the incident, and they'll judge for themselves.
Well,
Right.
we both gonna be the judge of each other Monday night.
That's true. Once again, this is the 10th round, as you said. Ali against Frazier, March 8, 1971. After 9 rounds, the scoring went like this. The referee, Arthur McCanny, had it 5-4, favor Ali. The two judges had it 6-3, favor Frazier. Thus, the sharp division of opinion continued. Round's almost over, Muhammad.
This whole fight was wrong on my part.
This is round 11, and as the last round ended, Muhammad said that the whole fight was wrong for him. What did you mean by that? That was a slip, of course.
My whole attitude, Howard, not being serious, starting out in the fight, playing and joking and patting him on the head and standing in the corners and talking to him, clowning, landing the ropes, and just the whole idea, the whole thing of the tassels I got on my shoes is bad. I've never worn tassels before. The red trunks are wrong.
Well, why did you do it?
Well, I've been off now. I was off 3.5 years almost, lost contact with my fans, forgot the value of what I had, and just wasn't nothing right. I'm back now. I've been active 3 years. I lost to Norton. I learned how good it can be when you train right. Came back and beat Norton. So everything served as a purpose to be really ready for this fight and have no excuses.
All right, it's in this round, and I want the fans to watch closely that he tags you and stuns you with a left hook.
I told you earlier that was going to come up, and I knew you would play it up. But the science in this is how I can be unconscious just about on my feet and still have the ability and the speed and to be blessed enough by Allah God to come out of this thing. That's the difference in a quality racehorse. Our champion fighter is when he's under pressure, he can come through. Now I'm talking now. I don't know what I was saying, but it's just a wrong method, and it's a wrong attitude.
You're covering up, and you're in the corner and against the ropes. Now that left hook didn't hurt you, nor did that one. Why just stay there covering?
Like I told you, Howard, I was a little tired, and this is a hard, long fight. It's easy to sit out here and talk, and my legs wasn't in the shape it should have been in. I was off 3.5 years. It's a miracle for any man. Anybody who knows boxing tells it's a miracle. I just got hit right there. Anybody will tell you it's a miracle for me to even come back.
Your knees buckle there.
Right, he tagged me right there. Now right now I'm on what we call queer street. I'm a little numb. I realize I'm in a fight. I hear the crowd. I'm a little dazed, no physical pain, just a numb dream feeling, like a dopey feeling. I know I'm unconscious and halfway, and I know if he hit me a couple more times, he might finish me. But I'm holding on, I'm keeping my distance, I'm making him come after me, I'm making him miss punches, and every so often he tags me. I put a little emphasis on playing drunk here, you'll see. Somewhere along here, I walk back wobbly, as if to say, well, I'm really hurt, hoping that he would not come in. Right here you go. And that's just acting right there.
And the round ends. Round 12. Ali against Frazier. March 8th, 1971. Ali is still here in the studio with me. Joe Frazier has gone as a result of the altercation, the extremely sensitive situation that you witnessed earlier. Now, having taken those punches from Joe in the 11th round and having survived, did you feel especially fatigued at this point?
I'm not fatigued. I'm recuperating a little, Howard, but I realize that I haven't recuperated 100%. And a good shot can get me back in that same condition. There it is right there. He tagged me with a real good one. And right now I'm a little stunned, a little pins and needle feeling. Not hurt, but I'm stunned. And I can concentrate, but not 100% effectively. So what I'm doing is keeping my distance, taking punches when I can see him, and staying close to him, tying him up, because every second that goes by, your mind becomes clear. And this is why fighters try to knock fighters out within 15 or 20 seconds of the time that they really hit him, because that's when he's most vulnerable. But if a man can go 20 seconds, he's out of that thing. But I promise you'll be much different Monday night. Much, much different. I'm in much better shape now than I am on that film, though. Attitude to be serious. And this is the Joe Frazier you just saw on the show. He's not the same Joe Frazier you see on the film now. He knows it. That's why he got upset and he couldn't take what was being said. He didn't say what he wanted about me. He called me a name that he didn't know I don't like. But I don't get mad and jump up and want to beat him up and be serious. I might pretend I'm serious, but I've never really got angry at him. I'm not angry now. He's just not cool.
Well, that may be. I'm sure that Joe's under an emotional strain in anticipation of Monday night, and I'm sure that you are too. And
Yes, but I'm not going to be...
you're built differently.
I'm not going to be ignorant.
Well, that's what you charged him with being, and that's what he
And
reacted.
that's the way you act sometimes, too.
Don't be bitter, Muhammad.
If you don't like it, you can jump up. Many times you act ignorant, and people say it all the time. You might not be ignorant, but you act ignorant.
If I do, you've got a scoop. 15 seconds left in round 12. You feel he had the better of this round?
I really don't know. It don't make no difference. It's all over. It's history. I'm going to straighten it out Monday. I don't care who won. I don't care what you think.
Round 13. Frazier Ali. Well, you do look like you've gotten your full capacity.
That was 3 years ago, Howard. I've had 132 rounds of boxing since then. If you looked at films of the Norton fight 3 years later, I look like I was 10 years younger than this scene right here. And I'm better now than I was when I fought Ken Norton. I can dance for at least 20 rounds if I had to now. I'll be weighing about 210, which is 2 pounds lighter than I did when I fought Sonny Liston some 10 years ago. This man is easy to hit, but my mistake was not keeping up my leg work and clowning. But I'd like to say again while we're on the air, Howard, I'm not angry at Joe Frazier. My mind is a little too big to be angry at one man. He's a man doing his job, and I'm going to do my job, and after the fight, one day my children and his children might play together after we all shake hands and say all the publicity and the fighting is over. But when that bell rang, we will be out to get each other. There will be no playing, no pulling punches, and it will be serious just like you're watching right now. These punches are real. His eyes were closed, my jaw was swollen, the blood was real, and the fight's gonna be real Monday. But I wanna say I have no malice and nothing, hatred against Joe Frazier. He's a black man, a brother of mine, but we both have our job and we're gonna do it. And I'm just sorry he's not cool enough to be here with us to finish out this show and can really get that angry and serious and want a street fight over something like what I might say when I don't even think about what he say. I look at it as a joke.
Well, you're both dead tired here.
Yeah, you would be too. Anybody would be. All those human beings in the audience would be dead tired if they just took this exchange you see right there. They'd be dead, period.
Joe's right hand was not an effective force, was it?
No, it's left hook. All Joe's got is a left hook. It's like a robot. You'll never see Joe back up 2 feet with rhythm. You'll never see him shoot a right cross or a left jab, 2 or 3 jabs, and follow with a combination. He's just a little brute that can just stand there and can keep taking it and keep throwing it, and he'll take every punch just to hit you once. And these type fighters don't last too long. I'm 32 and he's 30, and I am about 6 years younger than him physically because my head haven't been bashed as much as his.
Coming up to the end of round 13, there it is. Thank you, Bob, and a reminder that we'll be on hand live tomorrow from the Felt Forum in Madison Square Garden for the Muhammad Ali Joe Frazier weigh-in. That'll be at 3:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Central Time, 4 Pacific Time, over most of these ABC stations. You are, of course, looking at 14th round action between Ali and Frazier, March 8, 1971. The scoring up to this point, 6-6-1 by the referee, 8-5 by one judge, 10-3 by another, Frazier. Arthur McCanny is the referee separate.
Okay, step back. Hey!
Clearly, the two fighters who've been at each other for 13 previous rounds are showing signs of fatigue, thus the holding that you're witnessing. We have less than a minute to go in this, the 14th round. About 20 seconds left to go in the round.
Just hit him 12 times, Howard. You didn't say nothing. You just looked at him.
Want the viewers to see it.
Yeah. I know you ain't gonna say nothing the next round when I get hit.
All right, Muhammad, you came back in that 14th round. You're right. You did hit him again and again and again, and you won that round.
I
in my
lost the
judgment.
15th because I got knocked down.
But remember, at the end of the 14th, the tension in the garden, it must have infected both you and Frazier, knowing the 15th round coming up. You both believing the fight was close, the championship at stake, a classic fight. You recollect it?
Yes, we both believed it was close. It could have been a draw or whatever, but it's always good, as they say, the star closes the show. It's always good to end up winning the last round, which I know I didn't do this time.
Okay, round 15 as we look at it. That's the left, right there. Again, your right was low, Muhammad.
And it was right up, too. You see, there I am. No time for counting. But when you're real great in the ring, that's bad to get knocked down, so this has made a big thing. As I said earlier, Howard, the main thing is to recuperate and not to go down again, to be able to end up fighting, which I did. You just tagged me again there, Howard. But that's the sign of experience. I've been down once with Henry Cooper, Sonny Banks, Alan Hudson in the Olympics, Doug Jones also knocked me down. Sonny Liston really shook me. So this is not my first time in being hit hard or feeling this numb feeling.
Did you sense then, after the knockdown, that it would cost you the round and that it might cost you the fight?
I knew it would cost me the round. I wasn't too much worried about the fight, but I knew it would cost because I know I won these 9 rounds in there. I didn't think it would cost me the fight, but I figured it would cost me I knew it would cost me the round. But I'm still throwing them, still taking them. Now I should be moving, Howard. I'm staying there on the ropes because I'm fatigued and I'm actually, I want to go somewhere and sit down right now. I'm so tired, but I got to keep pushing.
It's incredible that he could still keep going. His face is all blown up.
Not only keep going, it's incredible he could take such a pound in him. He's taking them right this minute. Right now he's taking them. Those are landing. Those are landing. Every once in a while he'll land a hook. But I landed about 5 punches this hook. Even after the knockdown, I did this. All these are landing.
Was your jaw giving you pain then?
No pain at all, just swollen. Nothing fractured, nothing broke. That's why I went to hospital to check.
20 seconds left to go in the fight.
He's holding the ropes, see? He don't want to let go of the ropes. He wants to keep me in the corner because he's not a boxer. He can't fight me from the center of the ring, so he holds me in the corner. But this time he's going to have to box. He's going to have to move because I'm going to be dancing. I'm back now. Been active 3 years. I'm ready now. We're going to dance. Make him eat all of those words he said on this TV show today. The legend of Joe Frazier will soon be finished.
All right, let's take a look at this again, Muhammad, because it's a rare thing for you.
Solid left hook.
Okay, here's the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the vote. Referee Arthur McCanty scores it 8-6, 1 even for Frazier. Artie Idala, 9-6 for Frazier. Bill Recht, 11 rounds for Frazier, 4 Ali, 1 even, 11-4. The winner by unanimous decision and still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
All right, we got 30 seconds left. Quick one. This right hand that's caused all the talk. How is it?
Well, it gives me a lot of trouble. It gave me trouble in the Norton fight, gave me trouble in the fight in Indonesia. Couldn't hardly use it, and it's been hurting in training. The doctors x-rayed it. They say it's all right, but the pain they can't see. And sometimes just that I feel, and I'll just be doing my best. I'll be using my left mostly.
Good luck to you. Once again, we want to express our regret at the fact that Joe Frazier left the studio. He felt he had every right to do so. We're sorry about the difficult situation that occurred and the slight skirmish that
But no hard feelings. We'll be buddies after I beat him.
Okay, that's our show today.
We'll be good brothers.
Thank you very much.
Good black brothers.
The executive producer of ABC's Wide World of Sports is Roone Arledge. Today's show produced by Dennis Lewin, who's also our production coordinator, directed by Lou Volpicelli. Fight film produced and directed by Bill Greaves. Program administrator of ABC's Wide World of Sports is John Martin. Associate directors Lou Frederick and Carol Letty. Technical director Ralph Drucker. Stay tuned now for the Andy Williams San Diego Open Golf Tournament, which follows immediately over most of these ABC stations, except on the West Coast. Travel arrangements made through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines, the friendly skies of your land. Today's program was pre-recorded.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This has been ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Brought to you by Schick Super 2, the Super Chromium twin blade cartridge that made to fit all twin blade razors. By Lincoln Mercury, nobody has more kinds of cars for more kinds of people. See them at the sign of the cat. By Metropolitan Life, where the future is now. And by Schlitz. You only go around once in life, so you reach for all the gusto you can, even in the beer you drink. Why settle for less when you're out of Schlitz? you're out of beer.